The much speculated Grand Alliance or Mahagathbandhan in the state has finally taken shape. That's right, viewers. Leaders of the Congress, AIUDF, CPI, CPM, CPIML and Anchalik Ganamorcha shared the same stage today and announced the formation of the Grand Alliance for the ensuing Assam Assembly elections. AICC observer for Assam Elections and Chattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel and AICC General Secretary Mukul Wasnik were also present on the occasion. All the parties will jointly fight the elections against the BJP, asserted the Mahagathbandhan leaders. Meanwhile, Assam Congress President Ripun Bora maintained that the doors of the Grand Alliance are open to all other like-minded parties, including the Asom Jatiya Parishad and the Raijor. Indeed, viewers, a big political development this from Assam, as the much speculated Grand Alliance or Mahagathbandhan in the state has finally taken shape. Leaders of the Congress, AIUDF, CPI, CPM, CPIML and Anchalik Ganamorcha shared the same stage today and announced the formation of the Grand Alliance for the ensuing Assembly elections. AICC observer for Assam Elections and Chattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel and AICC General Secretary Mukul Wasnik were also present on the occasion. All the parties will jointly fight the elections against the BJP, asserted the Mahagathbandhan leaders. Meanwhile, Assam Congress President Ripun Bora maintained that the doors of the Grand Alliance are open to all other like-minded parties, including the Asom Jatiya Parishad and the Raijor.
Congress party in Assam, we had informal some discussions with many political parties like the left parties, CPIM, CPI and CPIML, then All India United Democratic Front, AIUDF, then Anchalik Ganamorcha. So in these 5 parties, we have been held a series of discussions, and today also the leaders of these 5 political parties, they have discussed with our Chief Minister and Jitendra Singh Mukul Wasnik also. We have come to a conclusion. That conclusion is that in the coming Assam Assembly election, we all these Congress and these 5 parties, we will fight together to oust the BJP, and at the same time we will keep our door open. We will invite the other regional political parties of Assam also, or any anti-BJP party to join our alliance.
And meanwhile, we also have reactions coming in from Rajya Sabha MP Ajit Kumar Bhuya and AIUDF leader Aminul Islam, who termed the development as historic. Talking to media persons, Ajit Kumar Bhuya said that the Grand Alliance has been formed to ensure that there is no division of votes. Islam, on the other hand, said that the alliance was the need of the hour for safeguarding the indigenous people and their culture.
অসমৰ ৰাইজে আজিৰ দিনটোৰ কাৰণে অপেক্ষা কৰি আছিল। অসমৰ ৰাইজে অসমখন বিক্ৰী হওক, অসমৰ জাতিগোষ্ঠীৰ মাজত বিভেদ আহক, ইয়াৰ আজান শংকৰৰ যিটো আজান বা আমাৰ শংকৰদেৱৰ যিটো ইয়াত এটা মানে পৰিৱেশ, এই পৰিৱেশটো বিনষ্ট হওক, এইটো অসমৰ ৰাইজে নিবিচাৰে। আল্টিমেটলি এই আজিৰ যিটো এলায়েন্স বা আজিৰ যিটো গোট, এই গোটৰ জৰিয়তে আমি আৰু দুটা যি পাৰ্টি আছে, ৰাইজৰ দল আৰু AJP, তেখেতসকলক আমি অনুৰোধ কৰিব বিচাৰিছোঁ যে আহক একেলগে কৰোঁ আৰু আমি অসমৰ পৰা এই শক্তিক, অসম বিৰোধী শক্তিক, অসমক ধ্বংস কৰা শক্তিক আমি বিদায় দিওঁ। তাৰ কাৰণে কিন্তু আজি এটা ইউনিটি ইয়াত হ'ল।
এইকাৰণে হিষ্টৰিক আখ্যা দিয়া হৈছে যে বিৰোধী দলবিলাকক একত্ৰিত কৰাটো বৰ সহজ কথা নহয়। গতিকে এতিয়াও বহু দূৰ যাবলৈ বাকী আছে। এটা কমন মিনিমাম প্ৰগ্ৰামৰ ভিত্তিত এই ঐক্য গঢ়ি উঠিব লাগিব। আমাৰ আঞ্চলিক যিবোৰ সমস্যা আছে, জাতীয় যিবোৰ সমস্যা আছে, সেইবিলাক তাত আমি এড্ৰেছ কৰিব লাগিব। গতিকে হিষ্টৰিক মমেণ্ট এই অৰ্থত যে আমি বহুদিনৰ পৰা চেষ্টা কৰি আহিছিলোঁ যাতে অহা নিৰ্বাচনত আঞ্চলিক গণমৰ্চাই প্ৰথমতে আঞ্চলিক দলবিলাকৰ মাজত ঐক্য গঠন চেষ্টা কৰিছিলে। তাৰপিছত বিৰোধী ঐক্য এইকাৰণে বিচাৰিছিলোঁ যে ভোট যদি ভাগ হয়, ভোটবোৰ যদি বিভাজন হয়, তেতিয়াহ'লে আমি কোনো কাৰণতে বিজেপিক প্ৰতিহত কৰিব নোৱাৰিম। সেই উদ্দেশ্যৰ লক্ষ্য ৰাখি আমি চেষ্টা কৰিলোঁ আৰু দেখা গ'ল যে অৱশেষত কংগ্ৰেছৰ নেতৃত্বই দিল্লীৰ পৰা তেওঁলোকৰ জ্যেষ্ঠ নেতাসকল আজি ইয়াত উপস্থিত হৈছে। তেওঁলোকে চাইছে, কথাবিলাক আমাৰ লগতো পাতিছে। গতিকে তেওঁলোকে নিজে দেখিছে যে ইয়াৰ বাহিৰে আন কোনো বিকল্প নাই।
Meanwhile, AIUDF chief Badruddin Ajmal has also urged other parties, especially the Raijor Dol and the Asom Jatiya Parishad, to join hands with the Grand Alliance.
চেষ্টা করি আছো যে আমার নরেন্দ্রজ্যোতি যদি আহি যায় তে ভাল আমার অখিল গগৈৰ দল যদি আহি যায় ভাল আৰু কোনো দল বিজেপি ছাড়া বা বিজেপি সাপোর্টেড যে কোনো দল হোক সেইটো নাগা আমি হাগৰামা চাব আপোনালোকৰ মাধ্যমে মই ৰিকুৱেষ্ট কৰি আছো আপনিও আমাৰ লগত আহক আমি এটা মহাগঠবন্ধন কৰিম
Right, and to give us more details and his perspective on this big development, I'm being joined now over the phone by the editor-in-chief of our channel, Wasbir Hussain. Indeed, Wasbir, a big political development. This finally the Congress makes official its alliance with the AIUDF. Wasbir.
Yes, Raunak, this is indeed something which we have been expecting. The Congress, AIUDF, they had no choice other than coming together in a common platform to fight BJP, which is already way ahead as far as the election campaign is concerned. BJP had a solid alliance of its own, which is, there was only one change, that is in the Bodo heartland. The Bodoland People's Front has been changed by the UPPL. Therefore, it was a known affair that the Congress and the AIUDF would come together. That has actually happened today. And of course, they are calling it the Mahagathbandhan, but the problem with the term Mahagathbandhan is that they have in its fold parties like the CPI, CPM, CPIML, and the Anchalik Ganamorcha. The issue is that, with all due respect, the left had been a significant force in the past, but not any longer. The left parties had been a significant factor in Assam in the past. They had tremendous contribution in the state, but today, unfortunately, the left parties do not have that kind of an influence anywhere in Assam, except for one or two constituencies.
Right.
Therefore, whether one can call it really the Mahagathbandhan in the real sense is something which is questionable. And of course, the two major regional parties outside the AGP, of course, is a part of the ruling BJP-led alliance. Therefore, if you take the AGP aside, the other two major regional parties, the Asom Jatiya Parishad and the Raijor Dol, had already given a snub to the Congress and AIUDF, saying that they are not going to align with either of the two forces, and they have already struck an alliance amongst themselves, the AGP, AJP, and the Raijor Dol. So therefore, the Congress today has been saying that they have left their doors open. One has to wait and watch, actually.
Absolutely. Well, Wasbir, now that the Grand Alliance is official, would we see a complete change in the style of campaigning by these parties, Wasbir?
Well, now you see, the BJP, as I have said, is way ahead in the campaigning. The BJP's poll mascot in Assam, Himanta Biswa Sharma, is already on a roll. He is engaged in bike rallies all across Assam. And JP Nadda, the president, has already toured the state. Now we are waiting. We will be watching the visit of the Prime Minister as well as the Union Home Minister Amit Shah. That is as far as the BJP-led combine is concerned. As far as this new combination, they have to work out a strategy. They have so long been struggling with this alliance issue. Now that they have succeeded in forming an alliance of sorts, with the AIUDF and the Congress coming together, and also managing to have some of the left parties in its fold. The question will be, how will they campaign? That strategy they have to formulate sooner or later. Otherwise, they will be left behind in the race for 2021, at least as far as the campaigning is concerned. Now, when you have an Mahagathbandhan, when you have an alliance, you have to first come up with a list of campaigners, because parties of the Congress campaigners will be campaigning in seats which will be left given to the AIUDF and vice versa. So therefore, they have to work out a clear schedule, clear itinerary, and they have to first of all choose. And this always, when there is a Mahagathbandhan, there is a case of leaders being unacceptable in certain areas. So that also will be a tricky issue. And already, Raunak, what we have been hearing, I have been speaking to some of the Congress leaders, senior Congress leaders from Assam. Not everybody is as enthusiastic about an alliance with the AIUDF, but at the end of the day, the alliance has happened and it has become official.
Absolutely. Wasbir, remains to be seen what this means for the ensuing state assembly elections. Well, thank you very much for giving us your perspective on this big political development.